All right, guys, another quick video for you today. I've been asked to comment on the situation between Drip Coach and Kenny Ken. Several people have asked me in the DMs what my role in it was. Why did I put a laughing face emoji on a comment where these guys were going back and forth? Anyway, haven't felt good enough to address it until now, so I'm just gonna give you my comments and my commentary on the whole scenario. I know most of you guys have probably seen it by now, and it seems like a lot of guys are taking sides, you know. Kenny's army, they're all over here now trying to boycott Drip Coach. All the Drip Coach lovers are over here trying to boycott Kenny Ken. But let me give you my 2 cents on it, and let's see if I can reel these two back in just a little bit, and more importantly, try to bring their communities together a little bit more, because we're obviously all here for the same reason. We all want the drip price to go up. We all cover drip and Animal Farm in a different way, and it's pretty clear that these guys are from 2 different eras and have 2 different schools of thought. So just a little bit of context. The video you see in front of it is one that Coach made where he's calling Crypto Kings out. Calling Crypto Kings out because Crypto Kings wasn't really giving us that much support on the marketing DAO side. And I'll explain the marketing DAO in a second, because there seems to be some misconceptions about what it actually is and what it does. So in the video here, he's calling him out, and he's always given Kendall a hard time. Truth is, Kenny Ken's kind of a moon boy. I don't think he would really deny that. He's always positive all the time. And Coach is more of a nuts and bolts realist, data-driven, all that type of stuff. So they're just from 2 different schools of thought, and I don't think it's the end of the world. Let me see if I can fast forward here and find some of the images that I want to reference today. So I'm not going to go through this whole thing because I don't have that much time. And again, it's not that important. But here's a part that affects me and why people are reaching out to me. So at this point in the conversation, Coach says, Crypto Kings, we get the feeling you're avoiding me. When's the DAO AMA? And Crypto King says, or Coach says, when are you gonna stop ducking me and give the DAO some love? Real talk, why won't you speak on or talk about the DAO? What's the real issue? Some people have said, commented on this, which is obviously it's a private chat, me doing the laugh emoji, because at this point during the conversation, it was pretty funny. There's some back and forth between these 2 adult men, and they're big boys, they can handle themselves, but Coach is giving them a hard time for not supporting the marketing DAO or putting out any content on it. But everyone seemed like they were in good spirits. Wasn't a big deal. So just to paint some context, it's not like I'm making fun of Kenny Ken right here. He's just giving him a hard time for not supporting the marketing DAO. Kenny Ken obviously was turned off by this whole scenario. I'm still here, bro. You can ignore me, but I won't go away. Got to use your words, kiddo, and address the issue, whatever. So the point of this whole thing from Coach's side is he wants to get Kendall on to talk about the marketing DAO and support it a little bit, cast a little light on it, because it is a really good thing. Kendall obviously isn't responding well to this. One, during this time frame, he's kind of sick, so he's not really paying attention to the drip world, I guess. But also he's seeing this stuff, like he says in his video, is kind of condescending. So rather than bringing him into the fold, it's pushing the 2 away from each other, and ultimately we're not resolving the issue. So that was my role in it. Some people reached out asking me about this specifically, and all I have to say about it is they're missing the context. It was a fairly fun-loving conversation prior to this. So this video is pretty much Coach giving Kendall a hard time. Kendall made his own video that says my response to the haters, and he talks about a lot of different stuff. One of those things that he talks about is this. He talks a little bit about why he doesn't support other community projects, because he dropped like 5 G's into this 1% NFT deal that was supposed to get jackets and help the drip price and all that. Anyway, it pretty much bombed. I put money into it too. It was a complete loss for me. I didn't put $5,000, but I put, 400 or something. I think I bought 2 of the NFTs. So in the end, I get that. And he goes on and on about talking about how some of these little side projects, they just don't work out, right? They don't end up actually supporting the drip price, or they fail, or there's some exploit or whatever. And it kind of puts the community in a weird position because they thought they were helping drip in an inadvertent way, or an indirect way, I should say. So if you are an outside person right now, especially if you're in Kendall's group on Team Kendall, then you're over here looking at his point of view and going, yes, I understand that some of these side projects, they don't go well. So I understand why he wanted to sidestep this one and not be involved with it. And if you're over on Drip Coach's side and you're understanding what the marketing DAO initiative is, you may be in his camp and thinking, hey, does it make any sense that Kendall isn't coming out and talking about this? So let me see if I can bring the 2 groups together. First off, you don't have to like everyone's content. It just depends on what you're into. You can watch whatever you want. Sometimes I watch Moonboy content because I need a little pep, even though I know I'm not gonna become a billionaire next week. Sometimes it's nice to have a little confirmation bias that I'm doing the right thing. And a lot of times I want content that's more data driven and realistic so I can forecast what I really should expect. Now there's going to be people out there that like all different spectrums of content, so to each his own. But let me bring both audiences back if I can, because hopefully the fact that I've got Coach, I don't know what I'll do for a thumbnail or the title, but I'll put something about Coach and I'll put something about Crypto King. So hopefully both of their audiences will watch this to see which side I'm taking. And what I would like to do while I have your attention is actually clear up this misconception about what the Marketing DAO is. The Marketing DAO is not its own project. It's not a community-driven protocol with the drip buyback. It doesn't function the way Droplet does, Whales Candy, Foodtopian, any of that stuff. It doesn't function like that. It is not its own project. The Drip Marketing DAO is an initiative, and the initiative is very simple. We want people to join the garden. The garden is already an existing project built by Forex Shark. We don't have our own project. We want people to join the garden. We're just asking them to join the garden under the DAO wallet. The only difference here is we in the DAO get the referral rewards. Then we take those referral rewards out of that DAO wallet and we use it for marketing to try to bring more people into the garden and more people into the drip ecosystem. There is no dev fee because it's not its own project, and all like 8 of us now that are involved make $0 on this. So there's no upside for the people in the Marketing DAO other than if we can get the drip price goes up. All of us have drip wallets. We're all in the faucet. Pretty much all of us should be in the garden. So I want to make it known that it is not a side project. It is just pushing people toward joining the garden, which of course will help the drip price because it adds liquidity on that side. If you think about it and you're buying a drip USD LP, you're adding liquidity and you're basically staking that token in the garden, which is tying up some of the supply. So what is the worst case scenario? The worst case scenario possible is that you guys all join under the Marketing DAO, you all get a garden wallet, the garden's pumping, and then we decide as a group we're going to keep the referral rewards. Well, first off, it's not that much money. It's like $150 a week or something like that, right? And there's 3 of us that control the multi-sig wallet. So at least 2 of us would have to be in on it, if not all 3 of us, which means we'd be splitting that $150 a week up. So that's the worst case scenario. We go rogue and try to make $55 a week. Worst case scenario, all you've done is sign up under a wallet that isn't giving back or supporting the community, which a lot of you guys are probably signed up under a wallet that already does that right now. Certain people in the community, you know, both in the faucet and in the garden, that brought a whole ton of people into the drip ecosystem, didn't kick out any airdrops, just use the community for referrals and split. So if the worst possible thing happened with the Marketing DAO, we'd each keep our $50, $55 a week, and we'd be able to fill up our cars with gas for free that week. Obviously, that's not going to happen. A, that's not even enough money to bother with. B, you know all of us guys, we're all honest guys, and we all really want to see the drip price go up. So really, there's no downside to anybody that wants to support us. All they're doing is starting their own garden, which then they can go make money off of, compound, keep pulling profits. It'll help the whole ecosystem, just like if they have a normal garden they set up anywhere else. We are just taking all the referral rewards that we get for everyone who signs up under our wallet, and we're spending it on an ad spend to try to bring people over. Now, I've done full videos on it, specifically what we're doing, what audience we're targeting, all that type of stuff. I think we've got 10,000 people so far that we've brought over to our Facebook page and they've liked it. Now we're in the process of getting retargeting those guys and converting them over to Telegram, helping them learn about the different protocols in DeFi and really getting them into the garden. So it's a multi-stage process, but that's it. It's not its own project, just an initiative. All we're doing is saying, hey, if you want to join the garden to support the drip ecosystem and make your own money that way, all we'd like you to do is, if you don't mind, use our referral address. That way the referral rewards can go to this ad spend and hopefully we can bring more people in. Again, we get paid nothing. There is no dev fee. This is not an outside project outside of Forex Shark. It'd be no different than me shilling my garden referral link and then just deciding to use my referral rewards to advertise on Facebook or Instagram or whatever to try to bring people over to the system. So that's the misconception. It's actually really simple. Of course, I'll include the link. I switched the link over that I have to my garden over to the DAO wallet about 6 weeks ago. So anyone who has joined using my links has actually joined the DAO wallet, which is awesome. It's going to help us do more advertising. And I'd appreciate any of you guys, if you're in Kendall's audience, hopefully that'll cast a little more clarity on it, that all we're trying to do is use some referrals to do some additional marketing, which hopefully will bring more people in. Of course, they'll join into that DAO wallet, and then we can keep marketing to this big audience in Asia. And hopefully we can continue to onboard, several thousand more people. If you've looked since we've started, the LP balance in the garden is way up. I think it was down to like 215. Now it's up to like 252, like 252,000. So it really has been making an impact so far. And like I said, we started that Facebook group and now we have about 10,000 people who are liking and following that page. So we're getting a lot of traction there. It is working. And in summary, if I will, because I want to wrap this up, the goal, like I said, is the same. Of course, Coach, myself, Kendall, we all want the price to go up in drip and have the ecosystem thrive as a whole. I don't think it's a stretch to say this was all gone about the wrong way. But hopefully this video will help bring people back together a little bit, help them understand what the DAO is, make them realize it's not its own project. No one's going to get wrecked in it unless they feel like they're going to get wrecked in Forex Shark projects or the garden's a bad idea, because that's the mechanism we're using. It's not our own project. Anyway, that's it for me. Of course, I like both guys for different reasons. Hopefully they get along, but I wanted to explain my role in it because several of you guys have asked specifically about that, and you guys have been DMing me. So I know if some of you guys are actually willing to DM me about it, then other people are asking the same questions. So that's it. Cheers and fair play to both gentlemen. Hopefully you got more clarity on the marketing DAO. Please consider joining using our DAO wallet. My hope is that over the next couple of months, the drip price and everything are doing really well, and we can all lap this off together. So that's it, guys. Happy investing.